So there were really two reasons we built IndyVitals. IndyVitals was in response to a collective planning or collective impact planning initiative called Plan 2020, which updated 6 or 7 technical city plans, but it also brought together more than 3 dozen different partners to implement specific projects. And so we built a dashboard to track the progress of our implementing partners. But we said that even if everything was checked off the list, would all of our neighborhoods be better off because of it? So IndyVitals was built to kind of answer that second question, the higher level question.
The IndyVitals database is such a valuable tool. It helps us measure what kind of impact the investment, not just city investment, but investment from our partners is also making.
When we created IndyVitals, we're pulling in data from a lot of different sources. We're also visualizing those in different ways. So we have maps that we're using and trend charts and comparative charts. From the user, it's a seamless one-click operation where they get access to all these visualizations. From the back end, we're actually loosely coupling different technologies for each one of those visualizations. There's not an out-of-the-box solution that just has a dashboard that lets you drill in the same way that we are.
IndyVitals has 3 views to access the data. The first view is a scorecard view, and so it provides high-level indicators. It provides red and green arrows so you can see how your neighborhood's doing, if it's getting better, if it's getting worse. It just provides a very basic scorecard view of your neighborhood, and that's designed for the average informed citizen. Second view is more in-depth, and that's designed for more city planner types, for nonprofit organization leaders, people that are looking to make some better informed decisions. And so that view takes the indicators that are in the scorecard view and starts to give some time series data to them, so you can look back over time for that neighborhood and how things have changed. So you can start teasing out some of the disproportionalities that might exist in neighborhoods. The final view is what I call mission control. It's powered by SAVI Advanced, but it's a 4-screen, split-screen view where we start putting together the indicator variables with some other variables that might provide more in-depth information or might actually confound the data. And so for major decision makers, major policy makers, they can get in there and start teasing out very specific anomalies and then develop programs in response.
Well, we're very excited about IndyVitals. We had been talking for several years about how to get involved in the big data movement, right? And we have all kinds of data about our operation, but putting that in context with other data about our city and trying to understand trends, trying to understand if the things we do make a difference somewhere in the city. It's been difficult to do standing alone. By bringing our information into the IndyVitals process, now we have points of comparison, now we have trends. They're much more multidimensional than if we were trying to do something by ourselves. So we're very excited about IndyVitals. I think it's going to be a great tool for us for the next several years.
INHP administers a county-wide competitive grant program for organizations, nonprofits, that produce affordable housing. We use IndyVitals to help us understand the case that the nonprofit is making. We don't have to verify the data source. We can rely on the data and simply use judgment on our part on how best to allocate our resources.
LISC, as part of our work with Great Places 2020 and Quality of Life Neighborhoods, has launched a new evaluation framework, and we're going to be using IndyVitals, which has emerged out of Plan 2020, as a way to benchmark our progress and the progress of each neighborhood. So basically, every neighborhood will have access to these key indicators that measure their success and really measure true progress in their neighborhood over time.
We use an iterative design process and engage a group of stakeholders that represent the potential users of the system throughout the design, from the inception all the way through the development and implementation of the tool. They really act as a sounding board for us, and it's really important. We really value the input that this committee provides because they're the voice of the community, they're the voice of the potential users. They inform us of what decision-making processes and workflows that they have to use so that we can design a tool that really supports that process and gives them the data that they need to inform those decisions that they have to make.
So I served on the advisory committee that helped evaluate the data that would be seen in the executive summary versus all of the data that is available through the website, and also thinking through how different users of IndyVitals would approach and understand that information.
Plan 2020 is a collective impact model about people, places, and prosperity in the community. IndyVitals is the way we evaluate and we measure. And we know in government in particular, when we're making investments, we have to be able to measure what kind of impact they're making. IndyVitals helps us do that. The Polis Center has created the tool, and we're very, very grateful that that partnership not only came together, but is continuing.